Okay, I'm back on. Um, hey, how's everybody doing? Um, Let me just say that you probably won't see me on Facebook for 30 days. Why? Because they restricted my account for 30 days. Now, there has recently been a racist cop who literally, and I tell you guys, I've dealt with racism before in my life, and I can identify racism when I see it. The cop in Chicago who killed the 15-year-old boy, he shot him 15 times in his back and in his face, and he was unarmed. And the protesters asked, the family members of the guy asked the cop, why did you do that? And he was unarmed, and he said he did not care. So it really hurt me because at least he could have did was explain himself, but of course he's not they're not allowed to talk or say anything in the middle of that, which is understandable. So I wrote a comment on there, and because this is my thing, whenever you're at work and you do something off the wall that is mean, angered, racist, whatever, and then you expect to just not have anyone try to harm you. Hopefully they don't. Okay. I don't want anyone to be harmed. Okay. Of course I can't be. I'm not racist. I can't be racist. Um, that's one thing. Um, so the bottom line is that I ended up writing how I felt about a cop because some cops think that they are untouchable sometimes because they have a position, and it's so unfair because they get by with so much dirt and it's not fair. So I wrote a comment on there and I took it down. I took the comment down, and then Facebook sends me a notification saying we cannot allow this up there. I'm like, I already took it down before it was already. So what are you talking about? I already took that comment down. Then they said they gave me an option to accept it or not, and I thought I was clicking the button that allowed me to write my reason why, because they asked you that. They used to ask you that. I don't know why. Um, they gave me an option to where I could explain myself, but then when I clicked on a link, it ended up saying you chose the 30 days. Um, because if I would have said, if I agreed with the terms that they were telling me that it could no longer be up there, then I would be, restricted from Facebook for 7 days. But because I disagreed, I hit the disagree button because I thought it was going to have me explain why, or my reason for it, because they did it last time. This time they didn't ask me, give me a reason why, because my reason was going to be, I already took that down, and I already said I didn't want any problems out of anybody, and I definitely wouldn't harm anybody. So yeah, so I thought about that, and I was like, okay, well, wait a minute. If I already took it down and they still did that, I said that was, I don't understand what that was, because I've been taking that thing down. So that is my issue. So I've been restricted to use from Facebook for about 30 days. So I'll still be using Twitter, I'll still be using Instagram, and I'll still be using YouTube, but I won't be saying anything um, of how I feel unless it is just sharing or say, hey, this person, I feel this person is racist, that's fine. But what I wrote down on there, I took off. And, you got one white person who was racist who disagreed with it, okay? And then you got other black people who liked it, the status that I said, because of course we're black, we know. So I was a little bit confused of why they still took it down when I took it down before it was even, before even Facebook even said, hey, you can't have this up there. That was not fair. It was not fair. So I feel like they targeted me because I was um, pushing awareness for justice, and literally trying to find some peace and getting rid of racist people, because if you shoot an unarmed person that many times, that is free. You guys got to be kidding me. You mean to tell me someone like that deserves to be a police officer? Someone who would kill someone who is unarmed like that? That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. You cannot sit there and say, oh, well, this person's going to be safe. That's not fair. We as black people are the only ones that have to go through this, not any other race. Okay. People go through what they go through, but when you're black, you have a whole different issue. That's a whole different issue. Um, so I will can still push out um for justice. I will still call for justice and still have my point of views about that. I'm not going to be too upset. I'm not upset at all, but I'm a little bit agitated but actually, I'm kind of thankful. Okay, I'm thankful that they restricted my account for 30 days. I am. I'm thankful because um, I was tired of combating back and forth, and trying to wake people up to do something, and no one knew how to be their own army. No one knew how to be their own police. No one knew how to be, you know what I'm saying? And it's like they do, it's just that they're scared. And sometimes some people need a reminder, or sometimes some people need, well, yeah, I just, a brain freshener of, hey, what about this idea, or blah blah blah. Like, that's just crazy. Like, so I'm gonna be quiet. How about that? I want to talk about. Um, I'm gonna continue to talk about what I want, but when it comes to me leaving my comments on Facebook, if it's too threatening or whatever they want to call it, or because look how many comments people write on there. Me out of thousands of freaking people, or hundreds of freaking people who write the way that they feel on comments. Okay, now when you get to a certain police officer, then all of a sudden they are different than a citizen. They are different than someone who is not a police officer. They won't get their account restricted or anything like that. That is just ridiculous. I mean, they can, but we all know that white privilege exists. So that's the reason why I felt like it was a little bit unfair, if not a lot. I've been sharing stuff about Emmett Till. People don't like me to do that. I'm going to still share it about Emmett Till, remind people every single day until we get some justice. I'm going to remind people every single day about Breonna Taylor. I'm going to remind people every single day about George Floyd. I'm going to remind people every single day. I'm going to use my platform, okay? Um, because I don't do nothing. I literally talk shit, okay? And I express myself whenever I'm irritated about something, and I don't do nothing. So you cannot find that hard to sit there and have a conversation with someone. And if you don't want the conversation, walk away. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's forcing you to do anything. And nobody's putting their hands on you. So what's the big deal? So that was my big issue. I didn't understand that at all. Um, so I thought it was going to be 7 days, but it's going to be 30 days now, and I'm recording from my phone, so I can't really go on there and still record unless I get my other phone, but that's broken or whatever. It's not, but it is. It's cracked a little bit. But it's a little bit slow. I don't like that phone. Um, so yeah, they restricted my 30. They restricted my account for 30 days, so I won't be back on there. Now I can still get on there, but I won't be really I'm going to share what I want to share. They already told me that they didn't want me to say white people this and white people that. So now I got to replace the I with a star and write my white like that, which is weird because white people put black people this, black people that, and it don't get restricted. But when I say white people this and white people that, and I'm not gonna lie to you, not all white people are racist. They aren't. All white people are not racist, or at least they don't act racist. Some of them. I mean, I've had some white people, I was getting ready to say plenty, but I think I have had plenty of white people um, help me. Like they aided me. They aided me, and I feel blessed because God put those people in position to help me, whatever it was. Um, I didn't feel a racist bone or tension in their body. They definitely didn't feel one in mine. And whenever I feel that someone is racist and they're out there to harm and kill, that right there makes me feel so heartbroken. Because I mean, who wouldn't feel heartbroken about that? You can identify who was racist, and you can see that nobody is saying, hey, you can't work here anymore, or anything like that. Nobody's waiting. Nobody's. It's better to speak up on situations right then and there. Because I had someone else, one of my former friends that I went to high school with at the middle college, he wrote me and he said, is everything okay, Chris? Are you all right? You've been going a little bit off the wall lately about, white people and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, but all I'm doing is saying how I feel on my own platform, on my own page. Okay, so I'm not sure why, that insulted anybody. I mean, my page is public, but they don't have to look at my page, That other people will comment on stuff like that. Like I have my own um, public figure page on Facebook, and it definitely I posted my video on YouTube that your Confederate about blah, 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 about your diet being Confederate. I explained the whole thing, and then the guy and this woman and a whole bunch of white people just literally posted sarcasm and stuff like that, and neither one of theirs got restricted. Like, that makes no sense to me at all. Then some of them won't even post a picture because more than likely they're ugly, or of course they don't want you to see them. But why don't they? Why? Everybody else has the page, so I understand. Um, so I'm thankful that I'm not happy that happened, but I am happy that it happened because I'm not even going to say anything. If it's a threat, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing because you prove to me that you want to say what you want to say, and I sit there and be quiet. And then when I say what I want to say, you want to have an issue. That right there, you are not getting ready to rape me. Because that's basically what you just did. You basically just fucked me and then told me not to fuck you. You basically just fucking raped me. So that's why I'm saying, that's why I stay to myself, and that's why I be quiet. And people are like, why aren't you talking? I'm like, that person has not even given me the respect that I've given them. And now I'm looked at as the bad person because I'm minding my business and being quiet and not bothering you or coming to you for anything. But you come to me, and then when I give you, see, and stuff like that is crazy. So I'm like, that is not going to happen. Okay? Some people just want problems. They like fighting. They like altercation and stuff. Like, I'm the type of person that I can settle a disagreement now. Okay, I can settle a disagreement without confrontation. Okay, some people can't do that. Some people need confrontation and rowdiness and angerness and loudness to settle a confrontation. That's not ever going to work. So for people that does that, they are angry inside. They want to fight. They want it. They want to hurt other people. You cannot look at me and tell me I want to hurt other people. I don't want racists around, yes, and they don't want us around, and people like us. Well, I can't say I'm like everybody else. Um, but we do have the same skin color, and we have been robbed um, from America, from the 40 acres and the mule. Okay, we've been robbed like that. So I'm not even going to go there, but I am going to say that I'm really highly upset, but I'm not that upset, but I'm a little bit irritated. But I've calmed down. I'm doing a lot better. I just want to let you guys know that I won't be back on Facebook probably for the next month because of that. So I'll be using Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube to continue to put my platform out there. And once again, I've already I've already taken that comment down. Okay, I've already taken that comment down. So therefore, for them to say, well, you can have, I've already took it down. What are you talking about? I beat you to it. So you can't chastise me. So that's about it, you guys. I want to get off because I got something else to talk to you guys about. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm not sure, but I don't want to be on here long talking about nothing. I just want to give you guys an update on that. Oh yeah, continue to share Black Lives Matter. Continue to share Justice for Breonna Taylor. Continue to share Defund the Police. Continue to share Black Lives Matter. Continue to share Black is King. Anything black, put it out there. Okay. But when it comes to threatening other people and giving them ideas what to do about blah blah blah, let them figure that out on their own because that's what got me in trouble a little bit. You see, with Facebook. But once again, I've had white people sit there attack me and tell me what their plans of doing this, and that, and third, and it wasn't restricted. That's Confederate. That's what I'm talking about. So yes, that needs to change. That's what I'm talking about. If you get rid of the racist people, we will be in a better land. But nobody wants to do that. So I'm done talking with people on there. I'm done. I still have plenty. Now that's just the racist people who don't want me to talk. The black people are fine. Some little bit of black people are brainwashed. They are considered Oreos because they're black and white. They want to be mixed with and stuff. And I'm like, not like literally mixed. I'm talking about like the video I watched about the 15-year-old who was shot 15 times. He one of his family members was outside talking to the police officers. He was a black police officer, and he was calling him an Oreo because he was saying what you guys are doing as police officers is wrong, and we are black, and you're supposed to be on our side. So since you want to be a part of the police, which is considered white supremacy and racism from the Ku Klux Klan, now he's given that option to think about why he called him an Oreo. So that's all I have. I probably will be back on tonight. I'm not sure. I think it's going on 11 o'clock or something. But I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you guys later on. Thank you so much for supporting me on my YouTube channel, on Twitter and Instagram too. So bye guys. Take care and be blessed.